Hi, my name is Jonathan Hop. This is 10 Minute Go, but today we're actually not going to do a 10-minute lesson. This is a reward. If you go to Patreon and you decide to support me and pledge to support me as I create Go videos, then one of the prizes is for me to, well, review one of your games. And I want to create a video just like this, where I review one of your games and give you some pointers. So today we have a 9Q and a 12Q. I'm mainly going to focus on the 12Q's play because he's my patron. This game is great to talk about connecting your stones and why it's really, really important to keep your stones connected. Alright, let's begin. 3 link stars, very nice, I like it. This is doable. It's more likely to play like this. If you're going to play out as white so that all your stones are high, or you could just, approach. This, however, is not like a game-losing move or anything like that. So one of the things I do with my reviews is I don't focus too much on minutia. I focus on, like, this is the move that lost you the game. Alright, this is all well and good. Oh, yeah, this move is not so good. Normally you play here because you want to try to lean on this pincering stone. And then you play something like this to get an outside wall. This leaves the corner open. Now, white can play in here, and white will not die if he takes the 3-3 point. And because of that, that means you could maybe you can get more of the corner, get some points in the corner, or take the corner away from black. But white won't immediately go here, but this is open for white. Like, white has this option to play in here. If you slide and then exchange the Q18 stone for R17, then there is no 3-3 invasion. This corner is settled. We know who's getting what of just about. So, and white hasn't really fixed his eye space problem. He's still being pincered by this stone. Alright, very good. Alright, jump. Okay, my first instinct is to play here. This makes this right side very solid. This is basically almost your territory. Now, in fact, I would go ahead and say that this box right here is your territory. If white turns, you turn with him. There's no real problem here. If you're afraid that white will come in here, actually, this can be a little bit tricky. Just for beginners, this move does not connect. All right, just so you know, like this is on the 4th line, so this move does not really connect. White can kind of play like this, and then you're kind of sunk. Alright, but he played this move, which is terrible. This move is really awful. P11 is a shoulder hit on a 4th line stone. We don't want to do a shoulder hit on the 4th line stone. Black says thank you. Alright, now this is definitely black's territory. Very good for black. A little weird. Alright, another very good move for black. Alright, so this stone is low. We haven't settled these 3 stones yet. This is all white's area, so we're going to want to bend over this way. Perfect. Oof. Alright, so this is one of those cases where I guess whenever your opponent peeps, very rarely do you ignore peeps, right? So do you have a 1 space jump here with a hole in the middle? If white peeps, you connect. Like, just get used to that. There are cases where you might ignore it. There are cases where you might ignore it, but for most people who play Go, if your opponent peeps, connect, right? It's just simpler that way. This way you get cut. Now, white doesn't have any problems. White's killed this stone. This stone is dead. So that means all this area here is territory and eye space. So this white group has suddenly gone from kind of semi-dead to alive. And now your group, the black group, is floating. Yeah, this doesn't work. Cut. This doesn't work. Yeah, you can't. See, this is what I'm talking about when we talk about connection. Okay, so let's look at this. We talked about those basic shapes. This is a 1-point jump, but you have these 2 stones spearing through it, right? And then you have a cutting point at 1. So black's shape is, black has like, I'll actually make it, let's do it A, and then I'll number the groups. That way we can see them, all right? This is the first group, this is the 2nd group, this is the 3rd group. Black is split into 3 different groups. White, however, is not split into 3 different groups, so black is weaker than white. So when black plays like this is overplay. So what black would have to do if he wants to save the stone is play like this. Okay, and in which case black can do like this. Because if white plays somewhere else, then black, just basically just goes ahead and does this, right? Or even in this case, the ladder doesn't work for him yet, so Alright, well then you can just go like this. Or even just go like this. There we go. Much better. Alright, so white can try to hane, but then you cut and then everything's over with. So that's fine. Okay, so here, let's go back. You're in 3 different groups. The stone at the top is pretty much most likely dead, but we can use it to get some agi, right? So when we play like this, then white has a block, right? When we get J16 as Sente, J17, excuse me, as Sente, then we can play something like this to try to separate D16 from the other stones. This would be better for. This would be a good way for black to salvage the situation. But black played this as his overplay. Black gets cut, and then now white is all connected in one group. Black has these dead stones. You want to try to play it on the outside. When your stones die, you have to make certain, either if your stones are going to die, you sacrifice them, right? So if we sacrifice a stone, we play from the outside to sacrifice them. So it would be much better to just play like this. That way you get these stones, which is valuable for the outside. These two stones are dead, but they can be useful in death. This basically kills the Aji, and then white just, it comes out. Now black has this really big group on the outside. It doesn't have two eyes yet. White's completely connected, so therefore there's no attacking white. All right, we're gonna play a big move. Okay. Not a fan. You guys, you gotta leave this 3 point open. You might want to play here later. And usually if you have this shape, you want to play like this, because the whole point of having these two stones, A and B, is to try to build something big. Although I'm not so sure about the strategy at the moment, because you have this big floating group. I really would want to play another move, something, to try to strengthen this group, because it's too big to let go. Alright, you play here. If you're going to play this, this sliding move, you want to come back here. The reason being is white can still invade. So like if black, let's just say black plays somewhere else, this invasion could still work. Like white's not going to die here. So the exchange for D2 for C3, so this exchange, A for B, didn't give you all that much. Alright, you invade. Okay, this is better for white. We don't want to make black strong, we just want to protect the corner. Alright, very aggressive move. Actually, I like it. Okay, keeping black separated. So this is kind of the problem, right? So we came here, we have this big group here, and it's not living. And so all white has to do is split the two groups apart, because when black plays this, he's already being pincered. A better thing to do, what might be, just simply attach here. Try to settle the group as fast as possible. Okay, you come in the elephant's eye. Yeah, you don't want to do this either. You want to leave cutting points open as long as possible. So you want to come out as quickly as possible. This group is weak. Okay, white. See, now white's a lot. This stone D15 for C16 didn't give you anything. Like, I know you thought, oh well, I can get a double Atari here. Well, obviously white's going to defend himself. So now white's like, this corner is white's now. Okay, this doesn't work. All right, white's covering you. He should jump here, because we're trying. These are all great moves to kill off this group. This is a little bit greedy. Okay, actually, this cut is great. Although, let's see. Yeah, this cut's really good, because this cut helps you a lot. All right, so now white covers. White gets a little bit greedy. White should just try to seal you in as cleanly as possible. That way, I'm not seeing how you live. Okay, white played this. That's strange. White should just play this. Okay, and then you can see, because this creates, again, so we're talking about broken shapes today. 1 and 2, oops. 1 and 2 are that Kema, right? The knight's move. And so now you split the knight's move with these two stones, which, if you remember from my bad shapes lecture, this is a very bad shape. So white is not doing so well, which is why I said to play this. This is a little bit easier to deal with. Now white's shape is a bit stronger. Alright, so let's go back to the game. We were here, so now white's shape is split. White plays this. Alright. Okay, nice move. I like this. Okay. This doesn't do anything. Right, now you're alive. Alright. This is okay, but it's better to play the kick because you have this stone at A here. Alright, so you can afford to be more aggressive. This might let white settle too easily. Yeah, white settle. This is overplay. White should just play like this. And then if black blocks, white can come out, and then white's pretty much settled. Okay, these are all. This is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. And we don't like to shoulder hit under a move like this because then our opponent is glad to block this way. So this is a great move for black. Okay, all this is good. You should play here. That way we're going to cover white. White's not going to die. We want to cover him. Okay, and see, that's the reason why I wanted to cover, because I didn't want this stone coming out, because if these two stones die, this becomes all white territory. That is not a good thing. Okay, this is overplay. This doesn't work. Just extend, yeah, just extend, and then, so here again we have the broken shape idea. You don't have to play anything in here. Actually, I wouldn't even, this is not even an important area. We're moving on to the end game. I would play something like this first, because this threatens to bring out this C18 stone. So you could play like this, and then you could play something like this, which is very big. Or you could even play something like this. Okay, those are all really big points, so let's go back. It's endgame now, and everything's settled. You're not going to kill anything. So points like A, B, C, all of these are very big points. They're huge, actually. Even you can even play D. So these are all really big endgame points. So you don't want to just give them up, right? You're not going. This is not going to turn into anything special. You play here. White captures a stone. In fact, white could just even. White made this more complicated than he needed to make it. You could just play like this. If you connect, then he kills your other stone. If you connect, then he kills your stone. Like, there's nothing here. So white played this, and then this is terrible for black. Now you've got this empty triangle here. Let me mark it for you. These three stones form an empty triangle, which means that this group is pretty much low on liberties. So you're going to have some problems in the future. Okay, white takes. That's fine, white takes. This is not a co-threat. Remember, with a co-threat, you're saying, if I get one more move, then I can do something. So if white takes, what are you going to do next? Nothing, right? Black doesn't play like this. Black isn't going to have anything else. Black, Ataris. White takes. Done. So this is not a co-threat. Okay, I'm not even sure why white took in the first place. If I were white, let's see, white takes, yeah. You can play here. If I were white, I would just start attacking you like this. And then try to build this center area. That way they can make a lot more points. This is unnecessary. Okay. Oh, you could, let's see. You could do some damage to him. He played this. This is not good. This is better. Okay, and so therefore his corner is bigger. You could do some real damage here, though. Like, you could push right into his, get a little bit out of that. So, you played here, which is fine. That's Sente. Okay. There's no reason to Atari here. Just do this. That way, you don't want Atari when it's unnecessary. Because then later you may want to cut or something like that. That way you can get some benefit later. Alright, the rest is just endgame. The main point, I think, where black really kind of lost the game was here. This made the game kind of untenable for black. Black needed to simply connect, keep his stone, so if white plays something like this, you can at least handle it. White can't really do much, right? That's really difficult for white. So white has to, once black connects, white has to probably come back. In which case you can continue to harass him a little bit. So, and connect, right? So this way black's a bit stronger than he was in the game. In the game, black allowed white to cut him. And then played this so that white could connect very easily. Okay, if we're going to do that, at least play this. So keeping our stones connected is really important. This is why it is important, because once our opponent has two eyes, the attack is over with, right? Remember I said that in the previous lecture, once white has two eyes, there's no more attack. And now black has this big group at A, and there's no, I mean, it's not dead, but it's definitely not alive, so it's a liability for the rest of the game, essentially. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it, learned something. If you have any game reviews you'd like, consider going to the link down below in the information section. Go to Patreon, and I have game reviews. I have copies of my book if you decide to become a patron. If you do, you can also have a video of one of your games just like this. All right, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.